back. We're gonna do something a little different today. Not bringing in knives. What we're bringing is the knife's big brother. A lot of sounds going on. I don't know what's happening. Calm down, you two. Calm down. Dog's going crazy. Next. It's also a stick. As I was saying, we're doing the knife's big brother. Swords. These are all going to be cold steel machetes, since they're affordable. And technically this is the Royal Kukri machete, but it's like a Kopis sword. These are all the same type of sheath, but like cold steel with nylon. The dog's behind me for some reason. Painted, most of them. And the handles have editing and painting, like you can see. We've got the Gladius machete, which is my favorite. The Cutlass machete, love that. The Royal Kukri machete, which is like a Falcata or Kopis. And my most recent acquisition, the Katana machete. One thing we're not going to do is batoning in this video, but we're going to start off with the chopping. First up, the sword that conquered the world. Striking here, 20, you know the drill, 20 each. That's a heck of a chopper. Anyone who says the Gladius was only a stabbing sword, it does not lack in its abilities to do both. Now I'm going to be putting these swords back in their sheaths while we're filming. Next up is the Cutlass. This one's not as sharp as it could be, but the extra length, the mass should make up for that. Yeah, as I said, this isn't as sharp. Not as sharp as it could be. Probably the dullest out of them all. Next up we got the Kukri. I've brought this one before. Not bad by the Kukri. Once again, I've said machetes with the best chance to be good choppers or Kukris. Next up is the one I'm kind of dreading. I get some nasty hand shock when I use that katana machete. But I really don't want to disappoint my audience. So I'm going to move this down, and we're going to give that motherfucker a try. That stupid thing is stuck. Hang on. Okay, it's a little more level now. Shoot. Not as good of a balance, but we're going to leave it at that. This is the only one that's two-handed. I better just do this then. Let's try that again. Nixon, go! Let's see, we're at 10. Honestly, the hand shock wasn't too bad there that time. So that's not bad. But the winner for that chopping is this. It's the Gladius. Nix, you're gonna have to move while I'm filming. I'm gonna try some splitting with the katana. Nixon, you're going to have to move. He's just gonna be annoying right now. A little grumpy, sorry. Wow. That went surprisingly well. Sweet. A little stuffed up. We're gonna try some Rose of Sharon chopping next. This is where the machetes really have their chance to shine. I'm gonna toss another stick for the dog. This is a relatively large piece of Rose of Sharon. Really no problem. That sunk deep. Probably not gonna do feather sticking. Yeah, there's a lot of lumber behind there, but we don't know what we're doing with that yet, so I'm not gonna be using it. I'm gonna try some stabbing. It's pretty deep in there. Let me try the ice pick grip. I hate that noise. So it went about that deep in. Can I stress how much I love this thing? Yeah. Alright, next up for the Rose of Sharon. We got a longer piece here. I'm going to try with that cutlass. That wasn't very stable, so... You know, despite not being as sharp, it does the job. That went flying. As I said, these are all machetes, so... And I'm going to put the links in the description. The only one that was over 50 was actually the katana. A little congested right now, sorry. I did not grab enough Rose of Sharon, did I? Yes. Keep going. We're gonna do one hit with the kukri then. Well, you've seen this one do that stuff, all that good stuff already. Next is the katana. Not bad at all, I gotta say. I really bought this because I love Samurai Jack. Not a bad sound. Hate that sound. Should I even bother trying to feather stick? I mean, these are machetes, so I don't think I'm gonna really do that. I'm just struggling to find out what to do next. Don't really know much to do with a sword. Well, let's try a little shaving, and this is really dangerous because it's double-edged. Yeah, that's the other thing. This is the only one that's... He's alright. Whatever. Rude sister. Anyway, this is the only one that's double-edged, so I don't want to do batoning with it because this is going to chew up the baton more than anything I've ever used of it. It's not damaged, don't worry. Just a piece of wood chip. The blade's fine. This is the... Now all these handles are actually solid black when you get them, but I chose to decorate them. And this is the murder stroke. I'm hitting pretty hard, by the way. No cuts. You can grab a sword blade. This is not the type of blade that would be used for that, though. This would be used in conjunction with a shield to stab in. I'm going to talk a little history about the sword designs. Now, the gladius, the Roman sword, the sword that conquered the world, it's actually one of my favorite sword designs. And honestly, I'm gonna say it now. Out of all these machetes, this one is easily my favorite. I would go so far as to say this, along with the Case XX Bowie, are the pride and joy of my blade collection. I've done a review on that on a Gladius machete in the past. Check that one out, even though it's a really bad video. It was done a couple years ago. Now, of course, this wasn't just used by the Roman soldiers, it was used by the gladiators as well. In fact, that's where gladiators get their name. Gladiator actually translates in Latin to swordsman. Next, it's just the UPS truck. I don't know why my dogs tend to charge at trucks. It's weird. I got weird dogs, I know. Alright, next up. I know this is the Royal Kukri machete, but it's more like a Copus or Falcata, which was another Nix! I'm talking here, please. Nix. Nixon. That's like a Copus or Falcata, ancient Greek design. Used heavily by Alexander the Great. The forward. Now that could give you the false impression that there was a consistent evolution from this blade to the Kukri. There was not. There was not a consistent and clear evolution from the Falcata or Copus to the Kukri. The Kukri only shows up in Nepal around the 15th century. Next up, we got the classic cutlass. Even though this is more like a heavy saber, this one has a D guard. There's metal on the inside of this. Once again, it was all black. It's decorated. Not really a clip point, but still looks really cool. We all know the cutlass. I'm going to talk a little bit about the cutlasses and sabers. Cutlasses were, of course, that's itchy. Sorry. Cutlasses, of course, were used on ships. Though this is much longer. Cold Steel's D-guard Latin machete is more cutlass length. This is more like a heavy saber, which of course was used on horseback. And this thing has a lot of forward weight, which is why, despite it not being that sharp, in fact, I'll see if you can see the edge. Yeah, it's not that sharp, but bites deep. That's a deep biter. Now to make the weebs happy. I'm joking. Katana, of course, was the samurai's sword. Though katanas are not inherently better than other swords. The clay tempering is only done because, let me clear up something here. Why would you need to differential harden a steel if you had a single strong billet? That's the reason they did it. They didn't have those strong single billets. They had to compose the whole tomahawk is ingenious. The way of making it is ingenious, but it's not inherently better. You only need to do that if you don't have pure steel. The tatara does not get hot enough to melt the impurities out of the iron. Yes, you have iron sand on Japan. However, the problem there is, without a magnet, you cannot get the impurities out. And in the 16th century, they did not have magnets. So for what it is, what they did with the katana was ingenious. What they did with the katana was ingenious to solve that issue. I'm going to show you this editing I did. This is just tape here, painted tape. We got some more paint in here. I just wanted it to look prettier, and I think it does. Hey, Nix. Oh, Nixon, watch your nose. No. Don't go near the swords. Careful. I'll toss another stick. Anyway, yeah, usually, I'm going to see if I can get it, but These usually give me some nasty hand shock. I'm gonna try that. Keeps biting, it usually glances off. I'm getting quite a bit of vibration in the hand from that. You heard that, didn't you? I think the edge held up okay though. There's a little wood sticking to it, but there's a little wood sticking to it, but that's fine. It's a nice affordable katana, I gotta say, for what it is. I'm not too interested in katanas, but for what this is, it's not bad at all. I can't say I dislike it. I don't. I do like it. I'll try a little shaving with it. Okay, not bad. This is definitely historically accurate to what the samurai did. Definitely. Definitely historically accurate. But once again. Oop. Okay, there we go. If I had to pick my favorite, the Gladius Machete. I'm heavily Italian. And I love my ancestors, and I love this design. And out of all these machetes, this is the only one that's double-edged. And if I remember correctly, I think this is the only cold steel machete that's double-edged. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments. Anyway, a lot of these prices are going to be similar. This was 30 bucks. The katana machete was 50, 45, 35. And this was 25 when I bought it. Wait, no, it was 30 when I bought it. So, if you couldn't tell, I actually love this company. Cold Steel makes really good stuff, good prices. I'm not sponsored by them. Now I want to briefly go over the sheath decoration. Let me find them all. Some of these have more decoration than others. Katana and the kukri, they both just have these parts painted. The cutlass, though, I put some tape on it, painted over it. Yeesh, that was close. Painted here to look like a metal stopper. But the Gladius sheath, I just chose my favorite colors. Went with a leonine color and copper and red. I wanted it to look as pretty as possible. And I think, if you ask me, I did just what I planned to. This one actually the clip broke off, but that's okay. Anyway, links are going to be in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and be safe when using these.